Good evening, guys. It's Monday evening, October 27th, 2025. Welcome to the North American Sports Report. This is Billy DiNapoli getting you up to date on the world of sports. First off, we're going to start with tonight, World Series Game 3 tied at 1 at Los Angeles. Max Scherzer versus Tyler Glasnow, 8 p.m. That is the first pitch, 8 p.m. tonight, Game 3. So get ready for that. Pivotal Game 3. We're going to go over all the NFL action, get you guys up to date. Yesterday, I had a good day. I went 3-1 out of my 4 picks. 3-1 yesterday, and on the week, I ended up 5-1. We are now 10-3 in the NFL over our last 2 weeks. 10-3. We're back on a hot streak. We gave out 4 plays yesterday. We gave out the Patriots -7. Obviously, that was a winner. We gave out the Buccaneers -4.5. That was a winner. We told you to tease the Bills and the Patriots. That was a winner, and our only loss was we had the Giants and the 49ers in a 2-team teaser. Disappointing, to say the least, by those 2 clubs. We are now 31 up, 28 down in the NFL, and we are 17-14-1 in college. So we're keeping our head above water. We're a few games over 500 in college and pro. Let's do a little recap of what went down yesterday in the National Football League. Well, of course, we had the Chargers start things off against the Vikings. Justin Herbert was 18 of 25, 227 yards, 3 TDs. The Vikings, without a real solid quarterback. Carson Wentz actually got hurt in this game, and now he's going to be out. They're struggling to score points, 37-10. That was the Viking game was one of them morning London. What was that game? That was a Thursday night game, and we gave you the Chargers, and we gave you the Chargers -3 and the money line. That was our first 2 wins of the week. We went 2-0 on Thursday, and obviously 3-1 yesterday. So to recap the whole week, it started right there on Thursday with the Chargers thumping the Vikings in Los Angeles. Again, Justin Herbert, 18 of 25, 227, 3 TDs, 1 pick. We started off Sunday with the Patriots hosting the Cleveland Browns. Drake May, another lights-out afternoon, 18 of 24, 282 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. Keyshawn Boutte, 3 catches for 75 yards, 1 TD, has become Drake's #1 favorite option. He loves to throw to his tight ends, and he seemingly favors Boutte over Stephon Diggs even. But there are weapons materializing on this young Patriot team, and May continues to impress. The Patriots are now 6-2. Dylan Gabriel, 21 of 35 for 156 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. I mean, you threw 35 pass attempts. You had 21 completions for only 156 yards. That is the definition of dink and dunk. I don't know what Cleveland's doing. Play Sanders. You didn't even have him dressed. It couldn't be any worse. The New York Jets. The New York Jets get their first win of the season, believe it or not. They were down 2 touchdowns with 8 minutes to go, and they rallied. Justin Fields with a solid 21 of 32 for 244 and a touchdown. But the star of this game was Breece Hall with 133 yards on the ground and 2 touchdowns. Flacco, 223 and 2 touchdowns for the Bengals. The Jets win one for Nick Mangold, as you heard, their former offensive lineman, center, captain, died of kidney disease at 41 years old. Apparently he was on the transplant list awaiting a kidney transplant, and they thought they had it managed, but he passed away at 41, and the Jets were very inspired, and they win one for Mangold, 39-38. They are off the snide. They are now 1-7. The Houston Texans defeated the 49ers 26-15. Niners had no offense, couldn't run it. Jones threw for 193, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. They were very unimpressive offensively. C.J. Stroud, probably his best game of the year, 30 of 38, 318 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 pick. The New York Football Giants, they had a rough one in Philly, losing 38-20. Also, unfortunately here, their rookie running back Cam Scattergood broke his leg at the ankle and is out for the season. It was a gruesome injury if you saw it live. I feel terrible for the kid. But, listen, Scattergood, even back in college, he gets hurt. That's kind of his thing. He's great when he's on the field. But not to go out that way. I mean, that was awful. Awful injury. Feel terrible for the kid. Jackson Dart, 14 of 24, 193, 1 touchdown, no picks. Jalen Hurts, very, very solid. 15 of 20. The ball barely hit the ground. 180 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. And former Giant Saquon Barkley scorched his old club. 14 carries for 150 yards and a touchdown there. Listen, the Giants scored a touchdown on a Slayton pass. I believe it was Slayton. He catches a touchdown pass, and they call it back for offensive pass interference. I'm just here to tell you, bullshit call. Bullshit call. They got screwed there, and they also recovered a fumble at one point in a pile-up. Thibodeau had the ball, and they said that forward progress was stopped, the whistle was blown, all this other BS. The Giants really did get jobbed on 2 big calls here, and that would have made the game a lot closer. Hang in there, Giant fans. Rough day at the office, but Giants fall to 2-6. Eagles now 6-2, continue to be on top of the NFC East. Chicago Bears going to Baltimore. Baltimore is playing with Tyler Huntley at QB. They did get Hamilton back in the secondary. The Ravens did on defense. But I'm going to tell you, just when you want to feel great about the Bears and Caleb Williams, they pull a stinker out like that. Terrible in the scoring zone. Had to settle for field goals most of the day. Only scored 16 points. Caleb does throw for 285 yards on 25 of 38. No touchdowns, 1 pick. I mean, they let Tyler Huntley go 17 of 22 for 186 yards. This is a game, if you want to start feeling good about the Bears, you got to win. The Ravens are all banged up. They're playing a backup quarterback, and they just controlled the game. They controlled the game. Very disappointing loss if you're a Bears fan. Miami Dolphins improved to 2-6 as they go into Atlanta, and I'm going to tell you what. I know Michael Penix didn't play. It might be time for Kirk Cousins to hang it up after this season. They made Tua look like an all-world all-star. He throws for 4 touchdowns, only 205 yards, but very efficient, 4 touchdowns. Cousins was 21-31 for only 173 yards. A lot of dinking and dunking. The Dolphins did whatever they want in this game. The Falcons couldn't get anything done. Terrible loss for them. They now have losses to the Carolina. They've lost 30-0 to Carolina. I know Carolina's 4-4. They're not terrible. But then they lose to a 1-6, now 2-6 Dolphin team at home, 34-10. Those are terrible losses. I'm telling you, Raheem Morris is he's another guy. Clock's ticking for you, buddy. Clock's ticking. Speaking of firings, by the way, in college, and somebody called me out on this. I accidentally called Brian Kelly, Chip Kelly, the other day on the broadcast when I told you Brian Kelly was on the hot seat. Well, that has been confirmed as LSU fired Brian Kelly today. So he is out at LSU. Okay, back to the pro slate. Nothing fancy for the Bills at Carolina. They dominate 40-9. They play smash mouth football. James Cook has 216 yards on the ground, 2 touchdowns, and an easy day at the office for the Bills at Carolina, who Carolina had to play with Andy Dalton at QB. Bucks have no problem with the Saints 23-3. Buck offense wasn't exactly too explosive. They had a defensive touchdown. They controlled the game. Nothing spectacular on the statistical end offensively for Tampa Bay. I mean, Baker only threw for 152 yards. But, like the way their defense played, they didn't need much. 23-3. They did finally pull Rattler, did the Saints, and bring Tyler Shuck in the middle of the game. Both of their stats were basically, there was no difference. Tyler Shuck needs to get reps and minutes. I don't know what's the point of playing Spencer Rattler as the Saints fall to 1-7, Buccaneers 6-2, and on top of the NFC South and in complete control of that division. They now have a 3-game lead in that. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. Carolina is in actual second place, 2 games behind. The Dallas Cowboys. Every time you want to start feeling good about the Dallas Cowboys, they do what they do every week. Play no defense. Their defense gets absolutely freaking humiliated again. And listen, the Cowboy defense is historically bad. It might go down as statistically even the worst defense in the history of the NFL. Cowboys fall to 3-4-1. Listen, even the offense couldn't save them. The offense wasn't great. Dak was 19 of 31, 188. Again, just when you want to love Dak, and he is having a great year, and he is healthy again. But Dak's last 15 games against teams that were playoff teams the previous year, he's 3-11-1. 3-11-1 his last 15 games against basically quality opposition. He's 3-11-1. Listen, a lot of that's not his fault. The team always seemingly sucks on the other side of the ball on defense. They had no running game, but now they do have a running game because Javonte Williams has had a great year, and they've got plenty of weapons on offense. This is not the fault of the offense. This is not the fault of Dak Prescott, although he did not play great yesterday. Only 188 yards, 19 of 31 for 188, 2 picks, 1 touchdown. I'm sorry, 0 touchdowns, 2 picks. The only touchdown was thrown by backup quarterback Joe Milton, who came in the fourth quarter. Rough day at the office for the Cowboys. I don't even think I'm not even sure if the Broncos punted. I'd have to review the tape. But Bo Nix, 19 of 29, 247, 4 touchdowns. Excuse me, 1 interception. J.K. Dobbins, 111 yards on the ground. They just basically did whatever they wanted. They did whatever they wanted to the Cowboys. 44-24. It's a romp. The Cowboys are not making the playoffs, kids. I'm sorry. Their offense can only do so much. They're going to be maybe at best they go 8-1. And I don't even think that. They're probably looking more like 7-9-1. 8-1 ain't going to get them in. A 7-9-1 certainly won't. It's time to, you know what? Not for nothing, but, Jerry Jones, you put the worst defense in the history of football on the field. The worst in history. Listen, and our boy in Green Bay, he's playing his tail off. Micah Parsons has been dominant for the Packers and making a difference. I don't really know if he would have made that much of a difference on the Cowboys because position by position, the rest of the defense is just so bad. I mean, so bad. I mean, they're bad at corner. They're bad at safety. They're bad at linebacker. I mean, excuse me. So anyway, that's a wrap for that. 44-24, Broncos with ease in a romp. Now, over to Indianapolis. Could the Indianapolis Colts be the best team in the NFL? Could it be? They are 7-1. 7-1. Listen, I know their schedule's been a little soft. Okay? But listen, they're blowing teams out. They are blowing teams out. I mean, they finally beat a playoff team last week, or a team with a winning record, and then this week it's back to kind of a slack opponent in the Titans, who are they are challenging the Jets for the worst team in football. The Titans are 1-7, the Colts 7-1. Daniel Jones spectacular again, and like I said, they run the football. They do whatever they want. Poor Cam Ward. 22 of 38 for Cam Ward, 259, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He was sacked 4 times. Listen, Cam doesn't have a lot of help, but he's now also regressing. He is not playing well. Just a lights-out day for Daniel Jones. 21 of 29, 272 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. I mean, just fantastic. Fantastic. Jonathan Taylor, obviously, he's getting a lot of help. Jonathan Taylor, 12 carries, 153 yards, 2 TDs. Listen, the Colts are loaded on offense and defense. They have a fantastic roster. A fantastic roster. Okay, last but not least. Last night, Aaron Rodgers faced his old team, the Green Bay Packers, with a lot of hoopla surrounding that, and they were controlled. Jordan Love showed them why they don't miss you in Green Bay, Aaron. Jordan Love, 29 of 37, 360 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Just a spectacular performance. He dominated. Listen, Aaron didn't play bad, but the Steeler defense is garbage. I'm sorry. They always pride themselves on defense. They've probably paid too much attention to that side of the ball in recent years, but their defense is no longer any good, and their offense can't make up for the fact that their defense is so porous. Aaron Rodgers, 24 of 36, 219, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Not a bad day for Rodgers. They don't run the ball great. Warren had 13 carries for 62 yards. He wasn't bad, but collectively as a team, they only rushed the ball for 100 yards. Not awful, but not going to get the job done against a Green Bay Packer team that put up over 400 yards of offense. 35-25 is the final there. The Steelers are now 4-3. The Packers are 5-1-1 and atop their division, the NFC North. Let me tell you something. The Las Vegas odds actually today just switched and turned the Baltimore Ravens into the favorites to win that division. That tells you what Vegas thinks of the Steelers. They have the AFC North. They have the Ravens, who are currently 2-5, hoping that Lamar Jackson, and he probably will return next week. That's the odds-on favorite to win the division with the Vegas odds, even with the Steelers at 4-3. Because obviously, after what the Bengals did playing the Jets yesterday, they're 3-5, and who knows when Burrow's coming back. Cleveland's god-awful. I mean, right now, your top 3, the 3 worst teams in the NFL are the Cleveland Browns, the Jets, and the Titans. Take your pick. I'd have to say, okay, Cleveland's got 2 losses, so it's probably Tennessee or the Jets. But that's how bad that division is, where even at 4-3, the Steelers are getting no love, and Vegas is expecting Lamar Jackson to come back and them to eventually take that division. So that is our wrap. NFL Sunday. Again, please follow us on the North American Sports Report Facebook channel. Please like and subscribe. Like our Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, North American Sports Report. You can also, if you want, give us a donation via Cash App or Venmo. We appreciate it. We do put a lot of time and work into this as we do this dancing around my day job. We appreciate you guys. We appreciate the amount of people that have been watching on Facebook. We've really been doing a lot on Facebook. We'd like to get more of you over to the YouTube channel as well. You guys can always comment, message. I'm getting a lot of your messages on Facebook and your questions. You can also chat live on YouTube. So please subscribe to our North American Sports Report YouTube channel. We're going to get to tonight's game in the NFL. Tonight's game, we have the Kansas City Chiefs hosting the Washington Commanders. So the Commanders are going to be without their quarterback, Jaden Daniels, tonight. They'll be playing Marcus Mariota. Now, this line has shifted. It's 10.5. It was 6 all week, but then once it came down official that, well, actually, it shifted a few days ago. You found out probably by this past Tuesday that Jaden Daniels was probably not going to play, and it was confirmed on Wednesday. And from that point, the spread went from 6 to 10.5. It was 11. It just came back down to 10.5. Chiefs at home. I definitely like the Chiefs to win the game tonight. I am not giving this game out. That's a lot of points. I don't really have a feel for it one way or the other, although I do definitely, absolutely think the Chiefs are winning this. I mean, there's no way. I would be really surprised if they lose this game. The Chiefs are surging. They're starting to get it all together. They're at home. The Commanders are getting Deebo Samuel and McLaurin back tonight. They'll have their wide receivers back, but they don't have their quarterback back. And the Chiefs are healthy, and they now have Rashee Rice really clicking. He had 3 touchdowns a week ago. So the Chiefs, just when you want to say, hey, it maybe not be their year, well, the Chiefs are back, and I think they're going to show it tonight. Again, I'm not taking the game, but I do like the Chiefs to win tonight. Again, 10-3 in the NFL in the last 2 weeks, 5-1 this week, 5-2 last week. We are going to, just quickly before we get out of here, I want to touch on a little bit of the NHL. Very, very, very interesting. Eastern Conference in the NHL Atlantic Division. I want to go through some standings. The Montreal Canadiens are 7-3. This young team has been very exciting. 7-3 through the first 10. Cole Caulfield, the young American, is spectacular. Young defensemen in Dobson and Hudson are just lights out. They have the Russian Demidov they got from the KHL, who's been great. You got Nick Suzuki. They're just a loaded young team. They're a team on the rise. Watch for the Montreal Canadiens. Another good young team led by Dylan Larkin. The Detroit Red Wings are second in the Atlantic at 6-3. The defending champion Panthers are 5-5 in third. We know the Panthers are dealing with some injury difficulties. Of note, Alexander Barkov was not put on season-ending long-term IR. So that means they get no cap relief. But also, that means they're planning on him coming back before the playoffs. That's why they're not going to use his money, because they're going to need it for him. So interesting. I saw that this week that they did not put him on season-ending IR. So something to look out for. The Panthers did just beat Vegas the other night. It was Vegas' first regulation loss, and they whooped them 3-0, dominated. Bobrovsky had his 50th career shutout in a great career for Bob, and he just continues to get better. At 37, I think 38 years old, I think he just turned. Young Sabres team, fourth place, 4-4-1. As are the Senators, as are the Maple Leafs. The Tampa Bay Lightning have been struggling mightily early, 3-4-2. Basically, they've lost 6 out of 9. And the rebuilding Bruins last, 4-6 in the Atlantic. Metropolitan Division, the New Jersey Devils. They're definitely the best team in the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area, without a doubt. They're 8-1. They're looking like a contender in the Eastern Conference. The Pittsburgh Penguins with Malkin and Crosby and a supporting cast much younger than them are 6-2-1 and playing very well early. Carolina, who is my pick to come out of that division, is 6-2. The Capitals playing well early, another one of my playoff picks, 6-3. The young New York Islanders better than expected at 4-3-1. This kid Matthew Schaefer at 18 years old he's worth the price of admission. This kid had 7 points in his first 6 games. As an 18-year-old, that's the first time that's been done since Sidney Crosby and Wayne Gretzky. Okay, so and he's a defenseman. Matthew Shea, and also young Emil Heinemann, the Swedish 23-year-old who's playing his first full season in the NHL, has been fantastic because the Islanders have some young juice, surprisingly, working out for them. You know what? Listen, it at least gives the Islander fans something to go to the building for, because last year was rough. Flyers at 4-3-1, Blue Jackets 4-4, and in last place, the Broadway Blue Shirts, the most expensive ticket in hockey, 3-5-2. I did not pick the Rangers to make the playoffs. They struggled to score, and when they finally scored some goals at home, they lost 6-5 to San Jose. Their first win of the season, by the way. So, yeah, not looking good for Ranger fans. That's our Eastern Conference tally. Western Conference into Central, the Mammoth, surprisingly, 8-2. The Colorado Avalanche, 5-1-4. Winnipeg, 6-3. Dallas has been very inconsistent early there, 5-3-1. The Young Blackhawks, 4-3-2. Nashville, 4-4-2. Wild struggling early at 3-5-2. And the Blues are 3-4-1. In the Pacific, that was the Central of the West. In the Pacific, the Vegas Golden Knights at 5-1-3. They're my pick to go to the Cup, and they're my pick in the Western Conference. The Seattle Kraken, 5-2-2, playing very well early. The LA Kings, 4-3-3. The LA Kings, I did say they're going to regress this year. They look like they're heading that way. Vancouver Canucks, 5-5. The Oilers struggling early, can't get in a groove, 4-4-2. Connor McDavid hadn't scored until a couple of games ago. He was off to a slow start. Oilers 4-4-2. The young Anaheim Ducks at 4-3-1. The San Jose Sharks, who were 0-5-2, now have gotten two 2 out of their last 3. I'm sorry, they were 0-4-2 to start the season. They are now 2-5-2, and the Flames 2-7-1. Long year in Calgary. They, as well as the Sharks, will not be even sniffing the playoffs. Very disappointing in Calgary for the Flames. That is our NHL wrap up. Going through the standings really quick. That's going to do it for us tonight. Please enjoy the Monday Night Football game. Washington Commanders at the Kansas City Chiefs. We're not giving that game out, but we've had a very hot last couple of weeks. We're going to just sit on that for a little while. And we will be back. We will be back. Our usual shows. Saturday morning, we'll do our college football at 9 a.m. Our Sunday football show is 11:30 in the morning every Sunday. So every Saturday, you got me at 9 a.m. for the college football. You got me every 11:30 a.m. Sunday morning for the NFL Sunday show, where we will recap the college from the day before, and every Monday night we're on at 6:30. We may do a pop-up show Thursday to get caught up on the World Series, NBA, NHL, and things of that sort, and preview the Thursday night football game. I will post on the Showtime. Thursday nights is kind of like I said, we're going to play it by ear. The 3 shows I gave you, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, are set in stone. Those will be the 3 shows every week. And if there's something hot going on, I mean, we do have the World Series going on, so we're probably going to pop on Thursday night and update that and give you a preview of the Thursday night football game. So that's it for tonight, guys. Thanks for tuning in. This is Billy DiNapoli on the North American Sports Report. Please like, please subscribe. We appreciate you. We will see you guys next time.